Well, I'll start. Is that okay? Can I start?
Yeah, you go.
Go ahead, introduce yourself.
So my name is Cathy Cavender. I am a fourth generation farmer. I moved back to my family farm in 2000 after a career in the construction industry. So I moved back to my family farm in 2010 with my husband. My father and my mother were starting estate planning, and they were trying to decide what direction to take the land and the farm in. And so we wanted to see the farm stay in our family. So my husband and I moved back, and we've been there now for 5 years. And our primary focus is finishing Black Angus beef cattle. And so that's how I met Joe Cloud. He is my USDA processor, and with his company's assistance, we've been able to take our beef sales from the commodities market to a more direct farmer to customer, farmer to butcher shop or restaurant market.
So I'm Joe Cloud. I'm the co-owner and manager of T&E Meats. So we're a USDA inspected meat processor up in Harrisonburg, Virginia. We slaughter and process all the red meats. And, I like this conference because it speaks to what we're about. We're third-party certified with animal welfare approved. We work with the entire community across the spectrum, trying to process animals in a very humane and dignified way to just help people feed each other. We have our helping farmers feed people is our motto. Sometimes that's a little corny, but we purchased the business in 2008. My partner is Joel Salatin, and it was an old family business that really built this business model around their retail store and wholesaling meats, which were pretty much boxed beef and boxed pork, the industrial stuff, and cold cuts and lunch meats and cheeses all around our part of Virginia, which is very rural, and that business model was dying. And over time, as we bought it to really build up the processing capacity, and bit by bit, we got rid of those other pieces of the business that didn't serve us as well, and actually got in the way because we've seen processing growing about 15% a year from 2008 through to 2014, and so it's an interesting time. We have to work hard. You can't hire people to do what we do, so everybody that you hire, you have to train, and so there's a lot of teaching involved in that, and it's a rich world, but it's rewarding.
How did we meet?
Oh, well, she just.
I think I Googled him.
She just.
USDA
She just
butcher.
called me up one day, I think.
Yeah, because we met before the meat conference. Because we found out about the conference because of you.
Right.
And then we were like, we got to get registered. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think that's true. Well, actually, I'll toot my own horn. I remember that you had said something about, I think it was you, I've got to go to T&E because we're getting serious now. And you had heard that we did a good job. I think you had some concerns about other folks that you might have been using and so forth. And
we did. There's another processor that's closer to our farm than T&E Meats, but we have chosen to use T&E because of the quality of the work that they do and the respect that they pay our animals.
It was the barn. You hated the drop-off there. I get that a lot.
Yeah.
And we have
a nice barn.
We have a really nice barn, and we take good care of the animals. We muck the stalls out and have fresh bedding and water and everything every week. And when they show up,
it's pristine.
And it's well ventilated. It's a nice situation. So we take good care of the animals. So we treat the animals very respectfully all the way through. So yeah, I think that's one of the things. Cathy and Andy came, and they like that. It's kind of curious, but that barn brings me a lot of customers. It gives a genuine comfort level right from the get-go. That's one of the first places that a farmer wants to see. Where is he going to drop off his animals? So this is the 4th Carolina Meat Conference. I've been to every one. I don't recall exactly how I heard about the first one, but I said, I need to do this because it was one of the few places that was speaking to me in what I was trying to do in my business in the Mid-Atlantic or that general vicinity, a place I could drive to. And it's a small scale meat conference, and it just seemed to be appropriate because it addressed processor needs, addressed farmers' needs, and that's the business that I was in. And I think I came down to Charlotte the first year and really enjoyed it. I was kind of blown away by it, and I think I don't know if it was the second one or the third one. At any rate, I knew Cathy I had recommended it to some other customers, and I knew Cathy would be interested. And it spoke to what they were doing, and it may have been actually the women in meat part that was the first introduction. I'm not sure. I knew Carrie was doing a cutting instruction, and I had been to one of her sessions that had been also arranged by NC Choices. It was out in Asheville at the community college in Asheville. I thought it was excellent. And then I heard that they were doing a women in meat retreat. And I thought of several I actually have a number of customers who are female farmers. And I know I recommend, I thought of the ones that I thought could benefit from it. And one of them was Cathy.
For us, the networking that is available during the conference is invaluable because I can talk to different processors, I can talk to other farmers. The greatest learning for me is how are you doing it? What are your experiences? What are your successes, your failures? And then what can I take from you back to my farm to integrate in with what we're already doing? That is a huge, and you can't find that anywhere where farmers are open about dialogue as easy as it is here in this setting.
For me, what I really love about this, there's no other conference I go to that integrates the farming culture and food culture so intimately. I mean, it's very European in that sense. And I mean, a lot of it has to do with a lot of the soft support infrastructure that North Carolina has put together with CEFS and NC Choices and Amazing Grazing and that kind of thing. There's just a lot of support from the state and from the nonprofits and that sort of, and we don't have that in Virginia. We don't have anything like that. And as a Virginia processor, I can feed off that same support system. I can learn and I can see how other people are doing it, and I have other processors that have the same mindset that I do.